Kia ora, good evening. The number of people deferring picking up their prescriptions because of the cost is expected to increase. The government's announced prescription charges will increase from $3 to $5 per item from next year. University of Otago Professor Tony Blakely says the increase in charges will adversely affect low-income people.
We know that it will reduce people's ability to pick up medication. We know that that will have some health impact, and it will also flow through to probably an increased number of people going to hospital.
There's a call here for local councils to look at big fat rates increases for fast food outlets as a way to tackle the obesity problem. This follows a proposal by a Melbourne council to limit the spread of fast food chains by hitting them with up to 400% more on their rates. Robin Tuma from Fight the Obesity Epidemic thinks it would be a good tool to help influence who sets up business and where they do it. Christchurch was rocked by a 4.5 magnitude aftershock this afternoon, just 10 kilometres deep. GeoNet says the quake was of a strong intensity and located 15 kilometres east of the city. It was followed by a smaller aftershock soon after. It's predicted that the number of long-running industrial disputes could rise under new employment laws. Labour Minister Kate Wilkinson wants to scrap the need for workers and employers to reach a collective agreement. Chen Palmer employment law partner Susan Hornsby-Gellick says there'll be far less likelihood of reaching an agreement in some of the more bitter disputes. The Prime Minister says that he was warned the media would turn on his government. John Key says the media has become much more aggressive and hostile towards him and his government. Mr Key says it was expected, and Helen Clark made a similar observation when they met last year. Overseas, political uncertainty in Greece is causing financial instability around the world. Nearly $30 billion was wiped off the value of the London stock market overnight. Political parties have been unable to form a coalition to govern Greece. Financial analyst Nick Beecroft says anti-austerity party Tsipras is leading the people astray.
We see a number of misjudgments on the part of the Greek populace, led, I would say, astray by Tsipras's suggestion that Greece can renege on the austerity programme and stay in the Eurozone.
Meanwhile, German Chancellor Angela Merkel and France's President-elect François Hollande meet for the first time in Berlin later tonight against the backdrop of the renewed panic in the Eurozone. François Hollande swept to power on an anti-austerity ticket, but Angela Merkel is the architect of the austerity programme. She is, however, playing down her differences with Mr Hollande.
Franco-German cooperation is essential in Europe, and since we all want Europe to succeed, this cooperation will start very soon.
A coroner investigating the death of a teenager in a jet skiing accident has slammed the current maritime safety laws. 17-year-old Bishop Thompson died from a head injury after falling from a jet ski at Rotorua's Lake Okareka in January of last year. Coroner Wallace Bain has just released his report saying it's incredible that no licence or qualifications are needed to operate a boat or jet ski. New research is showing some parents are spending too much time at work. A study of 10 and 11-year-olds found that 35% felt their dad worked too much. 27% said their mum worked too much. But Jennifer Baxter from the Australian Institute of Family Study says working isn't always a bad thing.
Parents say that their working has a positive effect on their children. This might be because parents enjoy the social interaction from work, they feel satisfied doing meaningful or interesting work. These things can flow through to children.
And that's all from me for today. Davina William will be with you tomorrow night. From all the news team, ka kite anō.